Let's talk a bit about MotherHub. MotherHub is a brand new survival horror experience developed by a single developer, according to the information that is. But according to the credits of the game, there seems to have been a lot of help both in coding, assets, music, and everything apart from the writing. Nonetheless, MotherHub takes us through a journey in the so-called MotherHub, a place filled with mutants, humans, robots, and scary environments. We get to fight these monsters with a handful of firearms, experience jump scares, and change the future of the MotherHub itself. Now the game drops on the 23rd of April and it will cost you 10 buckaroonies. It's not going to enter early access, but it's gonna enter 1.0 the moment that it releases. Was that such a wise choice though? Let's dive into it.
I can try and tell you what it was like, but it would be a lie. I didn't see it with my own eyes, neither did my father or his mother.
As I mentioned, the game is developed by a solo developer, or judging from the credits, a small team of developers. However, the developer who initiated the journey has a bit of a shaky record when it comes to developing games, starting development but never seeing the projects to the end, and that in return made him start writing a book called The MotherHub, which now has turned into, yeah, you guessed it, a game that is on the brink of reaching the finish line.
You rats need to learn your place.
I promised your mom.
So in MotherHub we play as this inhabitant of the vault, a place where mankind was supposed to be safe, but not everything went as planned. A plague has spread, turning humans into mutants, starting from a mere cold, eventually killing the body with a parasite, leaving the brain intact and alive, eventually turning the human body into a freaking monster. Now our goal in this game is to make it from our safe living quarters into the infested lower decks, figure out what went wrong and fix the goddamn problem, aka save the freaking humans that is still alive on this vault called MotherHub. Now along the journey, we get to meet some interesting characters that have been stuck in the lower decks for thousands of years. Wait a minute, stuck down there for oh yeah, robots, yeah. And we also get to listen to the audio log of dead humans, and of course, slay some monstrosities.
I knew it. The service vacuum used to say I was crazy. Distilling the spinal fluid of rodents? Well, joke's on him. He broke down 300 years ago, and I'm still running off this stuff.
The most impressive thing of it all is that all the audio logs, all the conversations, the dialogues are all voice acted by amateur voice actors. And there is a ton of them. So many, in fact, that I had to double check if it was AI voices or not. Because the sheer amount of them was like, whoa. So I'm actually really impressed in how much work must have gone into the writing of these dialogues and audio logs and the actual managing of all of these voice actors. Big thumbs up from me. Now while the story, writing and dialogue plays a very heavy role in this game, it's not all that we do in it. So forth comes thy weapons.
It's a machine gun! Machine gun!
In MotherHub we get a handful of weapons, a pipe that you never ever use, a pistol and a revolver that has equal amounts of damage per bullet, but the pistol fires much faster than the revolver. And then we get an SMG that is about as useful as the pistol, and that is it, my friends. Now the combat is the main mechanic of the game, but it honestly feels extremely rushed, like you're equally as good off with the pistol as with the shotgun, it doesn't really matter. And ammo is plentiful. Don't be afraid to hit that trigger, because around every corner there lays health and ammo, which in the end makes the tension fall very flat. And that is extremely fast in this survival horror game. Luckily though, there are a few mechanics to bring it up. Like an inventory, some crafting. Wait, no, there's actually none of that. The 5 weapons, ammo and health is all the items that the game offers, which normally is fine. I usually don't nag on something like that, but as you start the game, you're quickly introduced to dialogue options. You can listen to a health station talk about the ingredients of the med packs, how they're produced and so on and so forth, really giving you the vibes of immersive sim elements.
Hello, how can I help you? Thank you for trusting TRP Health Services.
But you can't craft squat, you can't even use the med station to buy something. There is extremely little to none interaction apart from dialogue in this game. Yet there is a physics system implemented where you can move certain boxes, throw them around and so on. So we get to use that system once in the game to progress. Once. We literally have to go to the next room, pick up a box and put it in the other room to open a door, and that is it for the system and interactions beyond shooting and dialogue.
Door open.
So let's move to the shooting, and that is done on the enemies of the game. Enemies that don't come in plenty. Let me break it down. We have one cannon fodder, slow moving enemy that walks towards you. We have similar cannon fodder, but they're faster and they walk towards you. Then we have spiders and worms that crawls towards you. And we also have one invisible spider that crawls towards you and is very much visible even though it's supposed to be invisible. And then we actually have 2 bosses in the game, one of which stands still and swings at you. And the other one, well, it simply walks towards you. The game is extremely easy with these dumb, simple enemies that walks through walls and vegetation to hit you, really taking away everything that is supposed to be scary about them. And hell, the medpacks and ammo, it's so plentiful, and with the very poor enemy and level design, it's not a good cocktail. And I just mentioned level design, so let's continue in that route. A level design that introduces very short levels, taking but a few minutes to finish, extremely linear with corridor after corridor to just walk through. No platforming, barely any puzzling at all, nor exploration or interactivity. The level design does nothing to make the player dread the enemy as they use the environments, or there's some destruction, or hell, it's not even barrels in the game that you can destroy. It's simply just getting from point A to point B in corridors without jumping from any of the very, very cheap jump scares, a la throw something flashing on the screen with a loud audio. Hell, it's actually so bad that even the enemies don't use the level design. Plenty of times there are enemies lurking behind a corner, meant to attack you as you walk towards that corner, but they aggro you so fast and they walk through the walls to get to you, totally deleting any scariness that would have been. Which of course hurts the atmosphere of the game as well. Having these dumb enemies takes what little tension the game built up from the start and throws it away really, really quick. That said though, there are a few scenes that do look good, that do bring forth some feelings and sucks you in. They are far and few in between however, and I wish more love and care was put into the whole of the game instead of just minor scenes here and there. Though I have to say that I like the alien vegetation throughout. The glowing thingy things, they tell us absolutely no story at all and we don't know why they are there. At least from what I could tell. But at least they look nice. Now I'm not going to drag this video out, I want it to be straight to the point here, especially seeing how the game is a whopping 75 minutes long.
What?
No, alright, I know that sounds bad.
Yeah, you heard that right. My first run took me 1 hour and 10 minutes to finish, and apart from different endings that you can simply load in from your latest save to get, I couldn't find any reason whatsoever to replay it. And the Steam page itself says that the game is about 2 hours, and that is fine if it is 2 hours of great experience, but this is not. And there's also no key bindings in the options. It's even stated on the Steam page the first thing that you read as you jump into the Steam page is no keybinds. Why the hell is there no keybinds? You wouldn't put that at the front of the Steam page if you didn't know that was a bad decision. So why?
Why? Why? Why? Why, oh god fucking why?
Now MotherHub is a survival horror that you pay $10 to get the second half of the demo from. It's lacking majorly in quality. The graphics, they're decent but with tons of visual glitches. The level design is about as simple as it can possibly get in a survival horror. The combat, it feels impactless. And the enemies, they lack in every imaginable way apart from their design, which is decent. There is absolutely no interactivity, no mechanics to make it stand out or even be on par with most survival horror games out there. And when I say that there is no interactivity, I mean beyond dialogues.
Holy shit, you made it back, and you've got guns.
The game also boasts tons of cheap jump scares without any form of atmospheric horror to build up attention. What it does have essentially is an interesting story with some great voice acting. Each of the characters in the game, they're humanly voice acted, and there is a lot of humans that voice acted this game. But for $10, I would personally say it is not worth it. It feels like an early alpha playtest at its best. Thank you a million times for watching this video, broskis. Now if you feel like this game might be for you, then by all means go ahead and buy it. I'm not here to judge you, I'm just here sharing my opinions on it. But most of all, remember that Papa Slim loves you, and I will see you in the next one. Over and out.